WWE and AEW are finally serving the alt community. I guess they always have, but they're getting a little bit more modern with it. Hot Mulligan and The Wonder Years are assisting and carrying the gateway music torch. Today I'm going to show you guys what exactly I'm talking about and why I'm excited, why this gives me hope for the kids of our future. Ladies, gentlemen, theys and dems, how we feeling? How you doing? We've literally only been covering drama for like the past few weeks. We're finally being positive fellas for once, because not too long ago, I found out on stream that Hot Mulligan actually wrote a theme song for AEW's very own Kyle Fletcher. Now, before anything, I do have to mention, I currently do not watch any form of wrestling at the moment. I used to be a huge WWE head back in the Ruthless Aggression and PG era, so my knowledge on wrestling today is pretty surface level. I know the Costco guys were recently on AEW. I learned that Cody Rhodes co-founded AEW, which is pretty cool. So just small bits like that, but I'm gonna be so for real. After today's video, I might have to fuck around and catch up with the WWE and AEW lore. Kyle Fletcher recently teamed up with Hot Mulligan to write a brand new theme song that you can go check out. It's called Proto Theme. I'm gonna show you guys a bit of the song. I just can't show you the whole thing because of copyright, obviously. Homie definitely does look like he listens to Hot Mulligan. No shade, I love the band with every atom of my body, and I feel like it's pretty funny that this is Hot Mulligan's heaviest song, I think, at least vocally. The song definitely sounds like it was made for wrestling, but not really in a bad way. I just really like Tade's like high pitched like fried vocals. I really like when he does that, and the song is like 90% that, so really cool. While I didn't add it to my playlist because I don't think it's something I would necessarily bump to every day, I do think it's a really sweet treat for people that are into both cool music and wrestling. They're making a nice portion of their audience happy, but what about people that like cool music and gaming? Like me, like you. Link in the description, join the Discord, it's filled with people like us, it's always a good time. I have a fun community, come join us. But even more recent, during WWE's SummerSlam, which was a few days ago, we have Becky Lynch teaming up with The Wonder Years for a new theme song. And hey, Hot Mulligan, pretty fucking cool. The Wonder Years, what a random collab. Hot Mulligan just makes a little bit more sense because, you know, they got that one music video that's in a wrestling ring, and apparently one of the guys in the band were actually a wrestler at some point. I think it's was. I love Soupy's voice so much. I love Soupy. I do. I would let him bukkake me. I forgot my windows is open and I said that a little loud. I'm gonna have an interesting conversation with my neighbors later. Now, this song, genuinely really fucking good because it's funny that it fits the WWE style, the wrestling style, but as a standalone song, really good. Off of what I can hear, at least, because I can't seem to find any actual professional recording of the song. So I'm just going off the video of her entrance from SummerSlam, and it sounds super cool. I'm excited to get my greasy little waxy ears on that shit. And hearing both of these bands in this setting just gives me a heart boner, okay? Because typically wrestling uses bands that are a little older, so it's cool to see some nice modern representation. This is just something we need for the scene. I think the scene is in a great state right now. I feel like pretty much, well, not all of them, but most subgenres and their little bubbles, everyone is eating right now, almost everyone. But having this representation in media is just gonna make the scene a lot stronger, so I'm very excited for the future. Now, I say this kind of often, so a lot of you may know this, but WWE was my gateway to cool music. I had this shitty little MP3 player. It was all black. It was like 15 bucks at Walgreens. I'll never forget it. And I would just LimeWire all my songs to it, and all the songs were straight up from WWE. Most of it was just entrance themes. I gotta say, by far though, my favorite was Kofi Kingston. That motherfucker, SOS, hear them shouting. I can't sing for shit. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. SOS. But yeah, all the music I had pretty much straight from WWE, and having a lot of the classic SmackDown versus Raw games just strengthened my love for this music. And then obviously YouTube played a big part as well. Like back in the day, like every fucking music video ever, or every video in general, had like a Linkin Park or Disturbed or Five Finger Death Punch as the music used for the video. But just like imagine this, we have like little Jaden. Let's say little Jaden, little boy watches wrestling, doesn't care for music yet. But eventually when he does care for music, where's he gonna start? Probably the tunes he's already comfortable with, which would be from WWE or AEW or TNA Impact, if that's still a thing. But hey, that TNA Impact game, it was the shit. But anyway, if Hot Mulligan and The Wonder Years is where little Jaden starts, he just got pipelined immediately straight into the pop punk and emo scenes. But then all of this got me wondering, why doesn't this happen a little more often? And I know like recently Motionless in White was like with one of the wrestlers and shit, but I looked up the song and it was a feature, but more on that later. So I looked into it a bit, surface level research, okay? And I really want to share this information with you guys because it is super interesting. So the way I think it works is the wrestlers give a little bit of input, like, hey, this is my character. I would like my music in this genre or this style. This is the vibe. And WWE cooks something up in their personal lab. As they have their own team of composers, they chef up something in the lab, and then boom, WWE not only just wrote the song, but they get to keep all the royalties. They don't gotta pay nobody because it was made in-house. But it does kind of bite the wrestler in the dick, because if that wrestler leaves WWE, they are not allowed to take the song with them because it is a WWE track. I learned that some of the top talent and free agents have a little more freedom when it comes to it, because if they are like, for example, a free agent, they probably bring that music to wherever they go, and like obviously WWE is gonna know that, putting them on like a few episodes or whatever the fuck. But things become kind of weird and gray because of copyright, so I'd imagine that contracts would have to be involved, paperwork, licensing fees, lawyers, and why do that when WWE, again, could just write their own shit and avoid everything? Back to the Motionless in White thing, there are cases with some songs featuring bands and artists. For example, that Motionless in White feature, I wrote down her name, it was with Rhea Ripley, her entrance theme. Code Orange features in a song with Wyatt. Oh, my bad, his name is Bray Wyatt, and Code Orange, they feature in his entrance theme. Which is still great, by the way. It's still great for us for the same reason. People are getting exposed to cool bands, even if they're just features. Super cool. But in this case of features, I'm pretty sure WWE says, hey, we could either pay you an exposure, which means the band features for free, or here's a small payment for this collab, probably like a flat rate. But obviously it's dependent on the band, okay? If it's a huge band, like let's say Sleep Token, and let's say Sleep Token doesn't fuck with wrestling at all, they don't care for it, obviously they're not going to be like, yo, Sleep Token, what up with a collab, huh? You do it for free? And if you're a band of that size, you're probably going to tell WWE to go fuck themselves. I'm sure a band like Sleep Token would want a fat, juicy paycheck, but in the Wonder Years case, off of what we can hear, it sounds straight up like they wrote the song front to back, or again, at least what we can hear. So I'd imagine there's some sort of negotiation with WWE. Either, yeah, writing it for free because it'd be cool to have your band on WWE. Imagine it gets so far that it does get on the next WWE game. Obviously, a great opportunity. Or there's some sort of agreement in which the band sells the song to WWE, or maybe have some sort of contract, but in WWE's favor for the usage of the track. As for AEW, I did some dog shit surface level research, but it seems like they work damn near the same. The only difference is AEW is more open and more flexible to when it comes to more copywritten shit, and like bands bringing their own music from previous events or jobs or whatever. They'll license real songs, collaborate with artists, and just let wrestlers bring or retain their music from previous work. Now, they do have their own in-house guys, similarly to WWE, that makes the OG music too. But like I said, they're just way more lenient, which is nice because it opens more opportunities for bands and just the overall alternative music space. But yeah, pretty cool shit. I'm sure this is going to start some sort of trend. I feel like we're going to see more bands in wrestling, which is, again, a great opportunity for everyone. And if that happens, what bands would you like to see? What bands do you think is fitting for this setting? And I'm genuinely going to try to get back into wrestling. What's better, WWE or AEW? Let me know where to start in the comments below. Like, sub, and click right here, because yesterday I did a fat video covering all of the Brad Tayson music drama, like starting from the beginning of his career to now.